Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Farah, and those of you who are new to this channel, please like and subscribe before going ahead. And I'll be showing you step by step how to recreate this look. May not be too perfect, but yeah, we are all learning in the process. So let's go and let's dive into it. There are some products which I have repeated in my video, and I have introduced few new products. Plus, I have shown a new product which is a manicure kit. And let's just go in and see how the video goes. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's go in. So let's start with a clean chart. I have already prepped my skin. I have used just basic serums. I'll show you some of them and I will link it in the description box. So for my under eyes, I have used a vitamin C brightening and anti-aging eye serum. It's a Dr. Rashel. This is it, if you can see it properly. Then for my face, I have used a vitamin C brightening and anti-aging face serum. Same from the same brand. Then I went ahead and I used a vitamin E. I have to tell you, I was so skeptical about using a vitamin E. And I always had this misconception that I will get breakouts. Or, I have a very acne prone skin. So that was my major concern. So I use this. You can either take a screenshot or don't bother. I will link it in the description box for you with the link of where you can get it available. Amazon being the most used platform, I will share a link for Amazon. And then I used a Collagen Elasticity Firming Primer Serum. This is amazing, guys. I mean, the first time I used it, I was like where was this all these years? So this is all that I have used on my skin right now. I had a good shower and I used the products. Use a nice, good quantity, a very good quantity. And so now we can go ahead. Before going ahead, I would want to show you something that I received as a gift, okay, from my brother. It's this. It's the manicure kit. Okay, I will link this also in the description box. So basically, what does it have? It has a 200 ml relaxing hand and body lotion. It has a 10 ml cuticle oil with Dead Sea minerals. It has a nail buffer and it has emery board. So I can either open it out for you right now and just give you a quick review of everything. So this is, I'm sure this is the emery board. It's good. It's really good. Okay. Then they have a good relaxing hand and body lotion. Let me just show it to you. See, it's a nice watery consistency. So you can use it for your hands. It's got that very calming smell. It's got this fragrance, amazing and calming. Then it has the cuticle oil. I have to show you the cuticle oil. This is a nice cuticle oil. I have very, very bad nails, especially, being a mom, you have so many things to do and you have to keep up. So this is a must have. And then, see, I have something called a buffing block. So this did come in the packaging, a buffing block. Don't worry, I will link it in the description box. Not to stress about it. Now, okay, so now let's go ahead with basic prepping. I'm going to start off by using a good sunscreen. Just doing a very light makeup. Since we are going to go and see some flats, it's time to use, for us to renew our contract for the house. So I will be sharing that a few flats over here in Qatar. I'll share the video with you all. I know I'm using very less compared to what I'm supposed to use, but trust me, my face gets so greasy after a point that it then starts taking, it starts getting so blotchy. And I don't know who agrees to this, but I've always wanted to use sunscreen on my eyelids and my under eyes. I've always felt that's an integral part of your face also. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's go ahead and, sorry, I forgot to mention, I'm using the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunblock. This is like mousse. It's so moussey and it's so easy to blend. Just see, there's no white cast at all. The first time I tried it, I was like, is this for real? This is like gold. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. So I'm applying the Maybelline Fit Me. The Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 125, and it's called a nude beige because, it'll get along with the color of my skin. I don't usually self tan, but the times when I do it, then I use a 128. But for now, I'm using a 125. So I've nicely spread it out on my hand. And let me look in my small mirror. I don't want to do a very, very dark makeup. I just want a very mild makeup. So I prefer doing this. You must have noticed I did it with my sunscreen also. I feel it helps with a very even distribution of the product, and you don't tend to use a lot of product in the bargain. Some for the neck. That's my husband babysitting my daughter. I have a 2-year-old kid who's like a live wire, and she needs to have all the attention all the time. Today I could record is because he decided to come home a little early. I don't know what I would have done without him. So guys, can you see? I'll show you a closer view. I hope it's clear. Don't want anything loud, just going to see some flats. It's more like a very relaxing makeup routine. Now, for the concealer, I happen to put my hands on this amazing, amazing concealer from Rimmel. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's a lasting radiance, and it's in the shade, I'm so sorry guys, I think I will link it in the description box. Yes, it's a classic beige, 030 classic beige. I will link all of this, don't worry. So I like to just put one dot here, one dot here, then maybe here, hide my pimple. As you must have seen, I have a little of pimple scarring, little bit of, lightly just. The concealer actually helps. I always like to put in a little on my eyelids because that helps to sort of like bring the eyeshadow to life. You can actually make up the color of the eyeshadow. So now we will leave it at that. We will give it a minute or two resting. And I've got this 2-in-1 brush. I don't remember where I got these brushes from, but this one I got it from Amazon. I will link this also. This is very, very, very handy. So now let me spread this. You just see how it's sort of like blurred all the imperfections that are there on the face. I know I have to accept the imperfections, but it's a little difficult, I had these scars. They all said that it's probably because, of the pimples. My skin is such that I get a pimple and it has to leave a scar. Now I've got one here and I'm getting so worried about it, even without me touching it. All right, that looks good. So now let's go ahead and let's complete. I want to use a good bronzer. Okay, I deserve a good bronzer. Every girl deserves a good bronzer. The bronzer I'm using is the e.l.f. bronzer, and it's in the shade Day Trip. So let me start it off with very mild buffing. Okay, can you make out? And then some over here. Guys, if I'm doing anything wrong or any step that I'm missing, please do let me know. I know you must have observed I didn't use a primer, but that's because this my sunscreen, it does have a little bit of it sort of like gives it a nice a sheer feeling, so it sort of compensates for the primer. There's no hard and fast rules, guy. There's no such rules that need to be followed. It's all about your convenience. Let me just check in my small mirror if I'm doing it right. All right, so this is good to go. Now let's go to the next step. And I've got this. I like to use this. This is the thing. It's a liquid lipstick basically. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Bourjois, I think. I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure. I'll link it in the description box. And it's in the shade Ha Pink. So I'm going to take a little bit on my hand. Okay. I'm so scared to spread any kind of product directly on my face, especially just putting it and dabbing it. You never have control of that product. And something that I don't have control of, I'm very scared of. So if you can see, there's a very mild, yeah, on the nose. It's all about feeling confident. So now that I'm done with that, let me just use a good, a good, it's sort of like a compact. It's again the Maybelline Fit Me compact. So I'm just going to swipe it, dab off the excess and set everything in place. All right, so you can see it mattifies everything instantly, giving me a lot more of. All right, I think I forgot to get in my mascara from the studio, but nonetheless, we can go ahead and let's get done with the eyeshadow. So I have LA Colors Day to Night, and I'll show you the shades. It's very, very neutral shades. I always love to go in for neutral shades. So if you see the beautiful colors, you can use it like it can go from day to night, like the brands, like the tag says or the code says it, and see all the beautiful colors. So I'm going to use something very neutral. I'll use this shade. Just want to get done fast. We are supposed to leave in another 10 minutes. And I'm taking a little more. I'm sorry. I think I can get the camera a little closer to me. All right, so once that is done, I'm going to use the same concealer brush and the powder brush and just buff the lips. I like a little dry area to work on. So it sort of like increases the lifespan of the lip liner. It's a very nice and sort of like a matte finish. And I'm going to nicely spread it inwards. Okay. Now let's give it another. Now see, the color totally depends on how heavy your hand is. I'm pretty heavy handed, so all right. Now let's just take this, use the buff, and all right. And the liner that I have used is a Swiss Beauty in the shade Pink Crush. Swiss Beauty in the shade Pink Crush. All right. I'll tag everything. Don't worry. Now I'm using a Nyka's On the Fleek. Oh my god, this is like, this smells amazing. It stays, it doesn't budge. I'm telling you, it won't budge. This is not a promotion because I did apply for the Nykaa, but they said I have very little followers, and so they didn't accept. I guess every brand wants to have influencers who have like a lot of people following them. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm done with that. Now let's finish up with the eye work. So I don't have a liner and a mascara. I unfortunately forgot that. So I'm going to use this shade. It's a nice black shade. So this is a good tip. The day you feel you have only got your eyeshadow palette, you can just come. Okay, lower your eyes. I think that's good to go. We repeat the same. I'm so sorry I'm blocking the view every time. Okay, give it a little flick. And you do this. See? Take your other nail. Yeah, I think it's sorted. So let's finish off with everything. I'm always dropping something, don't worry. It's nothing new. So I'm using a setting spray. I'm using the Swiss Beauty Fix It and use a good amount. That smells divine. I need to get myself a hand fan. So yeah, this is the look for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.